What is good, my Libras? This is Twintuitive Tarot, and I'm here to do a general reading for you. This is going to be a little bit extra long because it's going to be a bonus reading. But I'm also going to come out with another one for you guys soon too. So this is going to be an extra goods. All right, so we're doing things a little different. I'm going to be pulling from my Oracle Animal Archetype deck, and then also a single tarot card, and then continuing with the normal 3-card pull, past, present, future, and pulling cards from there. I am going to be offering a Cash App link, so be sure to check that out if you feel so inclined to donate to my channel and support if this reading resonates with you. Also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. You've got the beaver here. That's going to be diligence, self-sufficient, patience, motivation, progression, structure, ingenuity, experience. Single tarot card. Hierophant. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Interesting. I've been getting we'll just see. I've been for the other signs, every time I pull a tarot card, it's been a specific other zodiac signs card, weirdly. So yeah, just low probability. And yeah, I mean, you might be dealing with a Taurus, or you might have, or they have Taurus in their chart. A lot of times people don't think they're dealing with that sign, but if they actually looked into their chart, they'd be like, oh my god, that person, you know, they might be a Scorpio, but they have Taurus all up in their shit. So you never know. That's why you gotta check the link below, because this is a general reading. I forgot to say this. Is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you, so be sure to check the other signs in your chart. And if you don't know what those are, as they can be important, check the link below for Cafe Astrology. All right, so I just gotta turn that down. Those horns are getting there. All right, so clearly, yeah, this self-sufficient card, patience. I mean, the Hierophant is essentially the Pope. Progression, diligence. I mean, yeah, very diligent. Interesting. Your past energy, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Current energy, Judgment. Very Libran. Interesting. You could be dealing with a water sign. A Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. I'm just going to put that out there because they had similar. Okay. In your past energy here, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Current energy, Judgment. Future energy, you've got the Magician. In your past, there was some person, place, or thing, idea, a planting of a seed, something that you had done actually quite a long time ago, that you were just finally starting to really see some sort of return on. So whenever you're in that energy, that was in your recent past of you're just, you know, she's just seeing this start to pop out of the ground and actually grow a flower, right? So we're seeing a return, not just seeing a endeavor take off. We're seeing it in flight. It's now at the point where we're having to make a judgment. I'm really getting this overall progression of like, we plant this seed, this thing now grows, and now we can see it, and it's almost like we're making that judgment call. Okay, do we let it keep growing? Okay. Is it time to pull it? Sorry, weed reference. But is it, or fruit, whatever. Is it time to reap? Is it time to do what? There's a lot of different, judgments to make that are all interconnected, I'm getting. It's a structure. It's kind of like if you give a mouse a cookie or whatever the hell that shit is, it's like, well, if I say yes, then that means this, then do I do this? And then in that case, is it this or that? And then at that point, is it this way or that way? It's like all this, that. And that's only if you went that way initially, the first decision that you made or judgment call. If you went the other way, that's a whole nother little, tree branch after tree branch after tree branch of judgment calls needing to make. And overall, it all stems down to this one thing that you're now able to make. I'm getting the feeling that whatever seed you planted that you're now seeing, I think unexpectedly another thing came as well. And it might be between the two. It's kind of like, I planted I planted this seed. Say I got a bag of seeds and I threw them into the ground and I was expecting this certain flower and I got that. But also after that one started to grow, I realized there must have been some other seed accidentally in there, and now I've got this other one that's growing. And maybe I was just throwing these out to see if I even liked that flower to grow, because that was the one I was going to pick to do my whole yard with. It's a big decision. My whole yard's going to be covered in this flower. I better like it. So I'm going to test it out first. And in testing it, I got this other one as well. And I'm like, well, shit. Do I like? Which one do I like? Which flower do I want? Current energy, judgment. New flower, what's good with myself and what I think about said flower. Future energy. The Magician talks about creating, right? Manifesting this is also very much like, oh my gosh, well, the sky's the limit now. I didn't realize that I could grow something like that. Like maybe this other thing that came along is not just A, you weren't expecting it, and B, it's more dense. So you're kind of like, oh, it's smaller, but it's denser. I don't know why that's just a thing I'm feeling. Like, say you buy it, you were going to buy an outfit or some piece, a jacket or something, you buy this jacket and you think that you're like, oh wow, well this one is a bigger jacket, it's bigger and more expensive, and this other one maybe is smaller but even more expensive than the bigger one because it's made out of fucking cashmere. And you're like, well, I wanted that big jacket look, I wanted to have a big jacket because it looks like I'm a big jacket wearing kind of person. And if I wear this small jacket, it doesn't look like that. But that small jacket's actually, it's denser than the other one energetically. Actually nicer. Weirdly, I don't know why that's just like the fucking thing that I'm thinking of. It's like if they're seeing a jacket and one of them's long, I don't know. And you're just trying to create that for yourself, and you realize, well, fuck, dude, I could have any. Let's go into it. yeah, you can just, you're creating whatever it is that you want, but there's an element, you know, what kind of jacket you want for yourself, essentially. Now that you see, you have possibilities, but in that, oh, well, I can kind of create anything. There's a wanting to, I don't know how to explain it. When you had made the decision that you were going to plant those flowers to see if you were going to pull the trigger and make your whole yard that flower, it took you a minute to finally get there to that point of being like, this is finally the one that I really think is gonna, the one that I think I want to pull the trigger on. So therefore, that's why I want to test it out. And this other one now popping through is, it's created a state of being like, fuck, then I guess this is a flower that I didn't think I would like, but I actually like. I wouldn't have tried it out because I wouldn't have thought that I liked it, but since it got caught in the mix of the seeds on accident and now I'm seeing it, it's like, oh, well, I kind of like it. So now, in that case, I thought I was planting flowers. Oh shit, I'm planting fruit now? Well, if I'm planting fruit, that's what this is. Well, and in that, there's like, it's invigorating. Yes, it's nice. Yes, there's like power and being able to do that, and it's exciting, and it's all those things, yes. But also, on the other side, as Libras always do, it's like, fuck, it was really nice when like shit was just kind of decided and there was only that option and it was easy for me. There was no other option that was really appealing, and that was the flower I was pretty set on. We're wanting to go back towards not so, we want structure a little bit more. King of Wands. Knight of Cups. I have a feeling that's you. There might be pressure on the outside from someone, particularly a fire sign, as it's the King of Wands, or it's just someone who's, I'm going to be honest, just kind of putting on the sexual pressure. They're looking at you and they're not breaking eye contact. It's one of those, it's like, okay, yeah. So, and you're kind of holding your heart to yourself, your cup, because you're trying to figure this out. I have a feeling this is one of those, one of these guys. So there's two of these, right? Two of those. This is one of them. Hi. Yeah. And you're like, whoa. Hold on now. And then there's another one who's like sad. Okay, so you might be dealing with a water sign and a fire sign. Or you are feeling a little bit bummed out and a little bit in your feels, and that's why you're holding back. So either you're dealing with two people, one of them is in their feels, or is a water sign, and the other one is in their other kind of feels, their fiery feels, or they are a fire sign, and or both. Or you're just dealing with that fiery individual and you yourself are holding back because you're in your feels. No, it's a water sign. Yeah, that you're looking at. That's looking at you like, oh. You're wanting to build. That beaver. You're wanting to build. You're holding your heart, because wherever you throw your heart, that's like where you're throwing it all. And you do have someone looking at you, very fiery, but you're holding back that fire. You're holding back, you're holding back. And that holding back is gotten to a point where you need to decide now, because it's you're feeling sad about it. Or it's lonely. And you have people just looking at you. Or you have this other fire sign. Water sign, yeah. What's with this? And you are showing up. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Damn, Libra. You done leaving everybody out. Or something. You've just got everybody all upset. Not upset, just hurt. Okay, this is either you and someone else, or you... Or... okay. It's hard to know where you fall in this. I'm not gonna lie. I know one thing for sure. Okay, actually, no. I know one thing for sure. I'm gonna move these to... because I know who's who. You might be dealing with a lot of people... Or you're just really going through the motions. You or someone, and they're just embodying a kind of a complex person. You've got an individual here who is withholding their heart to a degree because they are trying to create the pathway that is best for their highest self. They're sowing the pathway. They're lighting the way to where they want to, where their soul wants to lead them, okay? You've got an individual who is in Emperor energy, very independent, very self-sufficient, very fiery. That's Aries as well. Feeling left out in the cold, they feel that you've left them out in the cold, or they feel left out in the cold and they feel like you could fix that. This other person over here, who I feel is a water sign, or is not a water sign, but someone else. A water sign would be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, by the way. Oh my gosh, it is a water sign. I'm really gonna say that because earlier I said that in the beginning of the fucking reading. I was like, you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio because this is similar. Yeah, just saying. This person you told off. Somebody, if you didn't tell them off, you hurt their feelings, but I have a feeling that you said something that hurt somebody. That might have been a little bit cold. Or just, they're just really sad. They're crying, or like just really emotional and just kind of like, just sad. This other person is sad as well, but they're strong. This fiery energy is like you'd never know it. They're very strong. This other person is strong as well, but to be honest, you make them kind of weak, so they kind of shudder away, so you don't see it. So yeah, you don't know that either of them feel super hurt. You don't know that this one's hurt because they're in front of your face and they got a poker face. They're strong. They can show up even though they're hurting. This person can't. They gotta go away. They gotta go away. And I think that might leave you feeling kind of like sad on both ends of that. I will say that you've got kind of a game face on right now. You're really not operating from a place of emotion. You're operating from a place of tactic, practicality, logic. You're trying to get somewhere, you know? It's kind of like you got a destination, you're trying to get somewhere, and like you can't be concerned with what everybody else wants to do and see and eat and, you know, along the way, because it's not about that, it's about where you're trying to go. So you're like, I don't care how long it takes me, I'm not putting this heart on the line until I know exactly my path that I'm sewing up right here and lighting up. It won't move. And that's hurting people. Yeah, 9 of Wands. You've got people looking in, kind of feeling like they can't do anything, or they're trapped by your decision or by the circumstance of not being involved in your planning. Or that well, it's not to say that they won't be. It's not to say that they won't be a part of your plan. But no, they're not going to be a part of your planning because you need to do, you're staying so private about this. High Priestess. Again, water energy. You're thinking about where to go. You're thinking about what to do, your path. And I think you're having to answer some questions that might be kind of tough for you to face even in the first place, let alone having to come to terms with whatever those answers are for yourself. And like other people are all hurt about it and you're just kind of like, dude, you're sad that I might decide I have to go away for a while. Like, I'm sad that I might have to go away for a while. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting with these ships here or something, you know. And people are like, well, you might be leaving me out in the cold. And it's like, yeah, bro, I'm the one that might be traveling in the cold. Fucking, what? It's kind of like, I'm getting that vibe from this card. It's almost like, okay, you know, well, then I'm going to shut this curtain. I need to plan this on my own. That's that magician energy. You're needing to plan on your own. That's that independence. You're building that fever. Hierophant, sacred. That's High Priestess is the counterpart to the Hierophant. So that's what this is saying. That when you're in that energy of, dude, I need to shut the curtain now, and I need to plan this plan on my own and what I think. That is when you are embodying that Hierophant energy. That's the High Priestess counterpart. All right. The Hierophant. Yeah. You're done listening to people at that point. You're done listening to people at that point. You're trying to gain wisdom through yourself this time. Two of Wands. Where am I going? Look, I mean, there's just such this energy. We're holding our heart. We're holding our world. This is mine. Like, shut the curtain. Like, yeah, because we're making a judgment right now. Because whatever we judge is going to create the next stage of manifesting. And yeah, so I have a feeling this Hierophant is up here from that initial pull is actually the magician energy. Three of Swords. Oh, you are hurting people. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say you are hurting people. People are feeling hurt. They are on the outside. And I think people might feel a third party energy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see these. Three of Wands, yeah. Three of Wands is your Three of Wands is someone else's Three of Swords. You're deciding where you're going to go geographically or next on your path. Put it this way. It's like you're telling your partner, I don't know if I'm going to move to Australia Japan, or Germany. And they're like, well, none of those places are the US or, you know, California. So Australia, Japan, Germany, all three of those. And that's what this is for somebody. You're really not looking at it. You're really not looking at it. And then there's this other person who is also actually very concerned with what you're doing. But again, they got that poker face. They're jumping through hoops of fire. Again, that fire energy. Trying to pretend they don't feel fire. They feel the fucking fire, but they're just not. You'd never know it. You are just like, you're not looking at anyone. You're actually being very self-absorbed. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it's like you're needing to close your eyes for a second and think. And people are getting really upset. Like, hey, you're not looking at me. Or, hey, you can't see me. Hey, you can't hear me. And you're just like, yeah, I know, but Two of Swords. One person feels heartbroken, another person feels trapped by your decision somehow, but is still watching and listening. Seven of Swords are looking at you like you're shady. Someone might be tripping thinking you're being shady, even though you're not, you're just being private. Or that you're being, not that you're being shady, that you withholding from them is like shady. Like you shouldn't do that. Yeah, it hurts the fuck out of somebody. 10 of Swords, holy hell. 5 of Swords, they are salty about it. They don't like it. And I sense, I understand why you're needing to be like to everybody right now. Okay, what's the advice moving forward here? The Emperor. Page of Swords. Can expect an advice. Okay. There's one individual from your past. Okay, here's what you can expect. Sorry. Okay, here's what you can expect. You can expect that basically this person that is from your past, out of the two people, you're looking at them, they're looking at you. You can expect more of that. You can also expect them to be moving closer to, how do I put this? Okay, it's one of two things. It is either you in reference to these two people. One of them you're holding on to. The other one you're just kind of looking at and watching. They hold a place in your heart. But you also kind of accept that the ship has sailed or something. It's farther away. That whether actually far away geographically, this person is farther away from you, or the relationship was a long time ago or something, or it's been a long time waiting. It's been a long time in distance. And that this other person you're holding closer to your heart, or is actually geographically closer to you. It's that. And out of those two, one of them you might go farther back with in your past. And that person, the advice is to stay lighthearted with that person and connected to feeling grateful that you met them in this lifetime. That might be the only thing kind of keeping them in your space, but yeah, that's your advice to do. If it's not two people and it's one person, then it is someone who is farther away, ship more or less sailed, right? And it is then moving closer to you over time. It'll materialize. Maybe even in the spring, I'm going to be honest. After winter is when you're going to see some sort of fruition of this, either just this judgment call. Well, your advice again, 3 of Cups. Have fun, stay connected to those that you hold dear to your heart, your friends. Stay close to your friends. That is the advice, your homies. Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. And sometimes when we're having a hard time deciding what we want, we start to question, well, who am I? Because that defines what I want. And if you start going in circles, like Libra sometimes does, you know, to calibrate that scale, you sometimes need those weights to be like, oh yeah, this is who I am. This is what I want. And that's what this is. Badass Libra. I fucking love you guys. The baddest bees in the world. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you soon, and happy birthday. See you next time.